Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, very good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm good, ma'am.
Yeah.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to all. It gives me immense pleasure to extend you a very warm welcome on behalf of Assistant Subodh Management Institute, who has clubbed all of us on the fourth day of Faculty Development Program on Digital Pedagogy. I again like to welcome today's fourth day speaker, Ms. Varsha Arora from Brand and Butter. Pleasure to have you, ma'am, on the screen. About her, it's been a pleasure to say a few words for her. Madam Varsha, born and brought up in Jaipur, studied MCA from Birla Institute of Technology. And after completing her MCA with her sheer interest in marketing, Madam Varsha started her company with her name, The Brand and Butter, in 2018. Brand Butter is a digital marketing company which not help brand in maintaining their online digital presence, but also help in their sales. Growth to rise in 28% through online platform. Today, Varsha will discuss how to use this digital media in ethical manner and practices for ethical behavior on digital media. Hey all, a warm welcome and let's hear more about Madam Varsha, her thought on digital media in her presentation. And I would request Madam Varsha to share her screen, and the screen is yours. Thank you. Please share the informative today's thoughts. Thank you. Ma'am, you can share your presentation and you can carry on. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, Parul, for a warm welcome and a brief introduction about me. I would like to share my screen with you all. So today we'll discuss about the social media strategy and the digital strategy, how to use that in an ethical manner. So yeah, so I would just like to share my screen to you all. Yeah, is my screen visible? So I'll tell you about the some ethical things on a digital media. So digital media has become an essential part in today's world. Everyone used to be online, scrolling up either on phone, WhatsApp, Facebook. So do we all know how to use that in an ethical way, in a right manner? People, there are so much of things going on. Some fake news are spreading on, some wrong messages are spreading on, in which it routine life if we not use in a right manner. So social media has become an essential part, from making friends to buying groceries to doing every sort of small and big task. But what is ethics here refers to? So ethics here refers to using them in a right manner, which 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 are the principles that we need to follow to share content. Ethical behavior on a digital media has become a trustworthy thing for an online community. In my presentation today, I'll tell you about what are the positive success on that and what are the dilemmas that are there in a digital media, how to use it in a right way that it will gonna help you in making that trustworthy thing. And uh, it is very convenient now that we can, by sitting at a home doing shopping or making friends or networking or socializing and everything, but there is some negative effects as well, which always is more than the positive ones. So we have to maintain the balance, that we should work on a right track. So what is the ethical what are the ethics in digital media? I'll tell you what are the ethics in digital media. So number one, the major point what we need to keep in mind before doing anything is respecting our privacy. So maintaining, that's why it is always recommended that you should maintain a strong password that is not easily like guessable to all people. We should always maintain our password in a that way, which include some signs as well, some alphabets, some numbers. That is which is the main point in using the mail, because when data is secure, everything is secure. The second thing that we should maintain is not spreading the fake news. So fake news sometimes is makes blunder. So always ensure that in advertising and marketing, the transparency and the content should always be honest. We should not spread fake news in that thing. And the third thing what I was discussing is we should be respectful with the communication, like harassment and with the hate speech, with the harmful comments, with disliking, and with, so that itself is very important in using the digital media in a right way. We should not use wrong words while maintaining that thing. The fourth thing that I would discuss is we use the ethical guidelines, such as we should not ask for any sort of sponsorships. We should not accept any sort of gifts. Sometimes we got a message like you have won this sort of prizes, come and collect here, and this. So we should not rely and we should not spread these sort of things, or we should ask about, so this and this is in danger, and you have to donate this much amount to save him. These are the some wrong thing that we are spreading through digital media. We should not use digital media is a so huge power. It has, it can do good things as well, it can do bad things as well. We should not spread negative news on that, and we should not ask for sponsorships. We should not ask for accepting gifts and all that way. So we have to avoid the conflict of interest here, which is welcoming, that indicative backgrounds, and digital media that is welcoming and inclusive of diverse perspectives. So the backgrounds and identity should be maintained. So these are the things that what are the ethics of digital media. Now I'll tell you there are some dilemmas as well that are related to digital media. So people in their mind have some wrong dilemmas that they have maintained. So we have to overlap the dilemma and see what are the positive of this digital media. So here once the topic what we have discussed is the privacy. So talking about the privacy here, it we should not we should not have the unauthorized access to the data, selling and purchase. If someone will gonna log into my account, either my Gmail have it has the person has the access to my Gmail or something, he start using my Gmail in a wrong manner. So which will always be harm to me. So that will, so we should always maintain the privacy violation for that. And then coming on to the fake news information. So the fake news sometimes makes so much blunder to someone's life when we are spreading a wrong news. Maybe it is not right, but the if someone or the person is not in a good health condition and he will listen to that this has happened to this person, obviously this will create a bad impact on his health as well. We should always maintain that fake news can make blunders. So it is the main thing that we have to keep in mind before using spreading that thing. Digital media platform has also increase the cyberbullying. So cyberbullying, we all are using Paytms as well. We all are using Google Pay. These are the we can say the things. Google Pay has been increased. Paytm has been increased after a demonetization. But sometimes people do ask that we have transferred this much of amount. Kindly do a Paytm to us and all. So these sort of fake cyberbullying are going on, and they are tracking your bank accounts through these apps, and they are just taking out all the balances in your account. So these sort of cyberbullying are already going on. So digital media has already the good things as well, but these cyberbullying are making a wrong things as well. So we should always make a strong password, or we should be aware of these cyberbullying and the harassments that people are generally doing. So always maintain that dignity and that respect key. We have to work on this way, that we should not do cyberbullying and the harassment. Then coming on the intellectual property and the theft, someone stole your copyright. Let's suppose I have designed something, that this design is my patent, this design is my copyright, this caption is my copyright. The people to use to copy that thing and use it and reframe it and utilizing it on their digital platforms. That is also not right. So the copyright, without asking the concerned person, we should not use that. Without giving a credit to that person, we should not use that intellectual property threat thing. And coming on the next point is the digital dilemma, which is the excessive use of digital media sometimes makes a negative impact on our mental health as well as on our social relationship as well. So we are more and more of occupied in the digital Facebook, Instagram scrolling, and because of this thing, we are maintaining our, so our relationships are not maintaining that way. If we are sitting in a room of 5 people and all 5 people are busy in their phones and doing that sort of chat, or either scrolling on their WhatsApp or Facebook, so sometimes that itself makes a social difference in the family of 5 people. So we should maintain a gap between what are our socializing time, what are our family time. So there should always be a gap while doing these sort of things. So I would say we all are in a digital media life, like we are busy in our daily schedule, and after doing our routine, we do get time to scroll on Instagram and WhatsApp. But do we need to get time to call at our home, that how they are, how they are feeling? No, we always say them we are busy, we are busy doing this, this, that. But we do get time to scroll on our social media, Instagrams and all. So we should always maintain a gap in what is our social life and what is our family life. So that that sometimes can improvise your family relationships as well. So that's why we should always not be addiction to this thing. So that are the main point that I would like to highlight in our, in my presentation. I would like to highlight that there should always be a gap. So that's the main point. Coming on the impact. So what are the impacts of ethical behavior? So I hope I am well understandable to all of you. So coming on the impact on a digital and the behavior and the ethical behaviors impact. So sometimes the ethical behavior plays a very crucial role in a digital media, as there should always be a trust and loyalty in that app that we are using. When we are secure, that when we are sharing our picture on Instagram, we are sharing our photo on WhatsApp or Facebook, we are sure and confident enough that this is private. We have some sort of private friends which are 300, 400, 500. These are our private friends. So they'll not harm to us. That's for sure. To them only we are sharing our data. But if our account get hacked, then obviously our trust will gonna get break on that point. So the privacy is the main point, which maintains the trust and the accurate on respect on engaging that digital platform. So trust and loyalty that I would like to explain you all. So number one, first trust is the improved user experience. So if I am happy in using one app, let's suppose I am happy in using a Facebook, so that will create a positive engage experience for me. So I have a respect on using that this account is my secure account. I can share whenever I am traveling, I am doing some sort of this thing, and I can share it to my friends, limited amount of 300 400 friends, and that I'll also feel happy on sharing my experience. But once I see that this account is not secure enough, I'll start using it less. I'll start try to switch on another app. So there should always be an experience that we used to have while using that app. So once we have got a trust on that app, so then uh, we are likely to be more engaging with that. So we'll be always be more participative while using that app, in commenting or using it in engaging with the communities. So that way, the impact, once I am getting a positive response, then I'll start engaging on that more. So it always is an interconnected thing. Then the positive experience always leads to the better engagement. Then coming on the third point is the enhanced reputation. So I have it's in my mind that the ethical behavior in the digital media is brand reputation. When the app is trustworthy, it is respectful, then it has maintained my customer loyalty. Then I will surely share it to my families, my relatives that I am using this app. This is very interesting. Then they'll also start using it. So it always a step-by-step process. Then when it is that is increased my trust loyalty, then it will always mouth-to-mouth marketing of that app, which is customer engaging, brand, trust, and all that became because of this thing. So previously, at the time we have start using Orkut. We all know we are from that age that we were using Orkut. After Orkut, then came to Facebook. So we start utilizing our time in Facebook, and then we start publishing our post and everything on Facebook. Then from Facebook, we have switched our interest to Instagram. So now we think that Instagram is more good people are there and all. So we have start engaging our, and then we have switched to Twitter as well. So where did Orkut went? So Orkut is lost in its world, because now the other apps are more trustworthy. Other apps has got so much publicity because of their loyalty and the trust thing. So because that things has to be maintained while using anything. So because of this thing, now Facebook itself has got so much revenue. Facebook itself has got so much popularity. Because of Facebook, now Instagram has itself. So we all know that they all are interconnected. The WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, they all have got so much popularity. But what about the Orkut? It has lost its identity. This all happened, the revenue of these apps has been increased. So the loyalty has been increased in these apps. So these all are interconnected. We have got so much interest, so the popularity. Now people are start utilizing these apps in making revenues as well. They are also getting revenues, and the owners also getting revenue. So we have start utilizing this app in shopping, via shopping ads, and other ads, brand awareness. So once we whatever the newly brands open or restaurants open, they start utilizing promoting their pages on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, because they want to more and more publicize their things. So these app has become so much trust that they start getting revenues through that as well. Then creating an ethical framework for digital media. What is the digital media framework? So there should always be like we should identical ethical values, developing guidelines, training staff, regularly monitoring and adjusting the framework. Ethical framework is a platform or a brand that operates in an ethical and a responsible manner and a trust, and that creates a trust and a loyalty to the users. So the framework should be specific with actionable guidelines that aligns to the value of ethical platforms. So we should always staff train our members and a staff in an ethical framework to utilize and monitor the digital strategies and to use that in a positive and online community. Whenever they are doing, whenever we are there, like our staff is there, we should always train them in a right way, that how to utilize them in a right manner, that it will gonna give a better results and guidelines for the social media that we need to follow. So social media itself has so much of the popularity, but it has some challenges as well. So when it comes to ethics, the speed and the reach of an information is so wide. Once the we have post one thing on social media, it's spread to the huge audience, as we all know. So spreading the right news is very important at that time. Whenever we are doing or posting anything, so the transparency should always be there. Some It should not have the wrong intention that it will create a negative impact to the people with whom we are following. So there is a there should not be any financial interest, sponsorship, affiliations. We should always follow that thing, that the transparency should be there. The person is there, he and she will is your friend, but you should not spread wrong intent with utilize like people on a wrong intention of with a financial interest or sponsorship or something. So always take care about these guidelines. Then the second point is the accuracy. So we should check on that the information that we are spreading on social media is accurate or not. The fact check should be there before sharing it. So that's really very important. Then we should respect on the social media with engaging or the trolling content. Sometimes the negative comments or the bad comments and the hate speech will make a negative impact on your friends and your followers as well. So the respect and the accuracy of a speech should always be there. The comment should not be wrong. It should not hurt the intention of the person posting anything. So these are the small things that should always be maintained. Then coming to the cyberbullying, that also I will explain you. Ki people are utilizing your time and your money in that way, that they are calling you and asking for that you have to do this on transactions and your account got hacked and your amount got vanished. So these are the small things that is happening, especially with the elders. They are not aware of these small Paytm, Google Pay and all. So it is happening that people are calling them, asking them, sir, you have to do these sort of steps and you'll get a money. And then they are just taking off your accounts, the link through Instagram and Paytm and wallet that way. So these are the small things that we have to take care about the cyberbullying things. Then the privacy should always be, the data what we are sharing is confidential. Then coming on the authenticity, so be authentic in your communication. The content should be not a fake account. Sometimes it happens is like this account has got a fake account, please don't follow, please don't ignore, please report a spam on this account. It happens with many of our friends. So these are the small things that is already happening, that people are making a fake account and asking money, that I am in a need of money, kindly help me. So these are the things that is in back of our mind, making that this is not good, this account is not good, this app is not good. So these are the things that is happening current stage. So the app should be authentic, and a genuine in our comment as well as a bad thing. We should take care about how to maintain that the bad thing should not harm us. The responsibility on a action on social media, the post and the other should be authentic. These are the genuine posts, and we are sure that this is happening. Sometimes it happens is that same some fake news has happened, some event is going on here, and people are when they were going that there is nothing. Sometimes we got a messages like I am in a need of this much amount, kindly help. People are making a bad or a fake account, and they are calling us and asking us money. I am your friend, kindly help. It has happened to my it's a live incident to me as well. It happened that someone has made a profile picture of that my friend as well, only with the name of my friend's account, and used that account's pictures only in his account, and then calling like texting me that I am in a need of this much amount, kindly transfer it to me on this number. I am standing here and there. So these are the small things that when I have to just uh, disturb what happened to my friend, I should transfer it or not. Then I start calling her and asking, are you okay? Then these are the small things that makes a negative impact on the digital media. So social media has some ethical guidelines that we should follow. That wrong information sometimes get so much blunder. Then coming to the ethical guidelines in an influencer's part. So the disclosure, so influencer consider some ethical guidelines as well. So the sponsored content and the financial relationship with the brand is important when coming to the influencers part. The the content which the influencers are sharing are the recommendations. They are doing a recommendation. So the product should they be used from there, and then before promoting it to others. They should be genuine about their product. They are using a right product or not. Then only they should recommend. Before not using that, they should not recommend. So these are influencers play a very crucial role while talking about the guidelines. So people don't follow them and influence because of the famous brands and all. So the product should itself, they should be tried and tested enough before sharing it. The honesty should always be there before sharing the content. The influencers impact on the influencers and the followers. Sometimes it is like this person is going there, this person is following this brand, this sponsor is using this product or these brand shoes or these brand perfumes, so we should also follow them. But it is not good that sometimes the influencers have just done a promotion, and on a blind trust to that influencers we are following that. No, it should not. We should use our brain on that way, that the influencers are not the one who can influence us. So influencers should also be has the impact on the followers. The privacy of your followers should always be there. Sometimes our account is open to everyone, so sometimes it is like the account, because of that open account, it always happen. Sometimes it has happened that some of the posts and uh, some content has been used in a wrong manner. So the privacy should be there. If the account is, people can't use it in a wrong way. So the gap should always be there in a positive open account as well as the private account. Coming on the compliances, the relevant and the rules and regulations should be there to follow on that account. That's the thing. Coming on the handling of ethical dilemmas in the digital media. Some of the digital media dilemmas that we should follow is identify, recognize the content that has been shared has relevant information or not. The content which is shared has a relevant information which we can connect or discuss it with anyone or not. The content should be relevant. Then considering the potential and the ethical implementation of that content. What can be because of that? Then coming on the choose of action in the principle and the values. that are because of the content. If the content is not ethical, sometimes the content is not right, that we can discuss it with the person, and because of that we can't evaluate the result or the pros and cons of that result, the what action should be taken, what right action should be taken after this. So these are the principles and the things that handling before digital media. And the communication is the most important part. When we explain on a stakeholders, these are the following dilemmas in the digital media that maintain trust of the audience. That is really very important. Coming on the transparency and the accountability in an ethical behavior. So the transparency is the transparency is the content that I have already had discussed. Conflict of interest, that's really important. Then coming on the content which we are posting should be accurate and has the right metrics on a campaign or the strategy. For example, I'm maintaining a strategy. So the strategy should be well defined, has the steps to follow, what are the impact, what it the user can be convinced with that or not. If I am utilizing that, so it should be on a right manner or not. The success of the campaign, it all are interconnected. So the campaign should be well defined enough that it will gonna give me a positive result. Sometimes I am saying that buy this sort of product and you'll get this sort of return on this product, and when I am not able to give this much of a return, this much amount of return, so I should not make a wrong impact on a public that I can give you. If I am, then I should. If I am not, then I should tell the right thing on the audience. It's not that just I want to engage my public with my content and I can spread a wrong news. It should not always be there. It should not be there at all. Coming on the independent verification, we always ask for the three-factor authentication, two-factor authentication. It is very important for the apps. Why it has been started? Because you have some of email ID and some of password. You can share it to X, to Y, to Z, and everyone can open your account n number of times. So what happen is sometimes they log out to your account, sometimes they not, and the other person sit on that PC or something that they can scroll and they can. Authentication is very important because of this fake account, because of this wrong utilization of that account, and that's way the verification of that app is really very important. Coming on the foster communication, the stockholder are concerned on the ethical issues that happen because of this accountability and the ethical behaviors. So by promoting transparency and accountability in ethical behavior, individuals and organizations can build trust and credibility with their audience. They can connect with their audience in a much greater amount. Because of the trust only, the communication and the mouth publicity has happened, and the app has become more successful. Coming on the best practices of an ethical behavior on digital media. So the best practices that we should follow are the consistency. So the consistency and the ethical standards across the digital media channels ensure that all the stakeholders understand and adhere to them. The continuous evaluation, the consistency and the framework and the guidelines reflect the change in the digital media. So the consistency and the should always make a ethical framework on that. And the education and training, right amount of education should always be maintained. We should always have the seminars or the conferences that tell us the ethical standards. It because at at the age of 15, 16, 17, people are start making their accounts. Small students are also making that accounts, and they don't know what are the right people they can follow, what are the friends, which sort of friends they can make or not. They are just following, they are not using it in a right manner. Because of that, some negative things are also happening in their life as well. So the education and training should, these are sort of small events, and the education and training understand the compliances of that uh, media. Coming on the review in the audit, we should conduct the regular reviews and identify the ethical violations that are happening in these platforms. The organization can maintain a ethical behavior on the digital platforms and build a reputation with the audience. That's the thing that can happen. So here are the things that I have briefed you all. In conclusion, the ethical behavior that I explained you makes a crucial impact on digital media platforms. By following these small of ethical guidelines and the best practices, individuals and the organization can build very good amount of trust, credibility, and loyalty with the audience. The dilemma and the transparency, as I had explained you earlier, these things can maintain a good amount of communication when the digital media is used in a right platform. So we should always have a continuously and evaluate the framework to reflect a change in the compliances. By prioritizing ethical behavior, we can promote and create positive and sustainable digital media ecosystem for everyone. Here is the conclusion to my digital media ethics. If there is any Q&A from your sides, you can let me know. I am open for the question and answers. Thank you so much. This is Varsha Arora from Brand Budget. Hello? Hello?
Yes, Varsha ma'am, you're audible.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So,
please, you can continue.
yeah, I have done on the conclusion. So, I have opened that question and answer series if you allow, and everyone, so you can ask me a question. I am open for that.
Ma'am, actually, our session is up to till 3. So
Achha,
request
okay,
you
okay.
Please continue for
Okay, I am sorry. I have done for 50 minutes, 45
Okay. No issue, no
I'm
issue.
sorry. So these are the things that I have explained you on a digital media platform. So the thing is, it has the positive effects as well as the negative effect. So the dilemma should not be there. The transparency of the content should be there. The things that are, we should open with what are the things that we can evaluate and consider the potential in that account. Coming on, that content should always be honest, and I have already explained you that honest content, people should trust our brand. Whenever in my day-to-day routine as well, it has happened so many times that when the content is not right, and it, two of my account has got hacked because of this thing. So the content should be because we are on a digital media, so we have so much of pages that are maintained. So people are generally asking, they are asking for the right amount of transfer, or still transfer me this much of amount. These are the small things that happen in a day-to-day life. So small students are doing these things. So I have seen that. It should always be that authenticity and the honesty should be there, that people, if I am giving my password to this thing, that this person is genuine. So we should maintain that with whom you are sharing your passwords, with whom you are building, taking your things, the honesty should be there, the trust should be there before sharing your data, your privacy. These are the small things when we are using the digital media, when I'm using the social media platforms. I can utilize on a wrong manner, use wrong frameworks, or my accounts are not like my friends are not genuine, and I'm sharing a wrong information to them. These are the small things that we can take care while maintaining that things. Coming on that, The transparency and the privacy, as I already explained you, and the responsibility, it is happening because of the social media. The gap is coming in the family, the relationships, the husband and wife, the father and the son. The gap should be lesser because it is maintained coming on our mental as well as the social life, and the lives are not on the right track. So that mm, uh, I know that digital media has a very good impact because of this networking and our lost friends. I would say, like the one who were in the school time or a college time, we were not in good touch, but because of the digital media, we are in touch with them. That has a good impact for sure. But because of this thing, a gap is coming with the one should not be then. There should always be a balance in a social life as well as the time we are utilizing on our internet. So when we are sitting with the family, so our phone should be apart if we are discussing on the topics and general conversations instead of we are scrolling on a phone and everything. These are the small things that we can follow in our day-to-day life, which can always give us a best amount of results, that I would say. So here are the guidelines that I have explained you. So on an influencers part as well. So the responsibility and the honesty should be there. The privacy and the compliance should be there. The authenticity and the apps can also be very plays a very crucial role when I take care about it. The just a second. So the digital media strategies, when I'll explain, there are the ethical values that helps in when I hired my staff or a company or my people. So they are well defined in using that technology. They are well defined in using the digital media strategies. But sometimes it happens is when I do share my content to them, when I do share my reviews to them, or it happens is they use in a right, or sometimes they use it in a wrong way. It can affect my brand identity as well, because that are my staff, that are my people. So I should always teach them in a right manner how to utilize my clients content in a right way, or and utilize them in a right manner, that it when I am sharing my Instagram credentials or my client's Instagram credential to my staff, so I had that trust built on that people. So when I trained them, the trust should always be there, which is a very very which plays a which plays a very crucial role on that point. The staff member should be well trained in an ethical framework. When and I should also have a responsibility that I should monitor them in a right way, that the content that they are utilizing or the posts they are sharing are ethical and has a relevant content or not. You should not have a wrong information. For example, the if the amount of discount is 10%, or they have mentioned it on a post as a 20%, that's a wrong spread of information. When people are coming at that restaurant and they are asking for 20% discount, but the I have told them to use a 10% discount. So here is a wrong information spread, so which can lead to a the impact in the revenue as well. So these are the small mistake that we it happens, but we should take care about these sort of mistake before working on. So I should I do train my staff in that way, that they should not make these sort of small mistake, and I also have the responsibility to monitor them and use the relevant information and prioritize on a strategy that these are the positive in the online community that benefits for everyone. In my roles, I have the responsibility that my accounts, my whatever clients I am doing, like whatever accounts we are doing, that are secure enough, safe enough that no one can utilize no one that client accounts, no one can has a wrong perspection on that account. So these are the small things that happens when we are talking on a digital media. Talking on a positive and a negative, so it always has a positive because the range of social media is so much wide, so much amount of audience that are engaged with, because sitting right at my place I can connect with thousands of people can help me out, but these are thousands of people can help me out for sure, but they are my true friends or not. When talking about this, when I'll ask for my true friends, that will gonna come on 5, 7, 10. So that audience that are connected with my account, that are following me, sometimes we listen to a story called like this was a blogger or this is influencer has asking for a help, and no one is there to help. They do have so much amount of people engaging with them. They must have 20K followers or 50K followers, but when they are asking for a help, no one is there. So these are the small one things that happen in our day-to-day life, that our social media friends or the digital media connected people are lesser than the our actual people that which whom we are connected with. So the because of this thing, our whatever our social life is, our social life, it should be a balance on our private life as well. Our private life is separate and our social life is separate. So social media your personal things to them, your personal good or bad things happening in your day-to-day life to them. So these are the things. The digital media has always a good impact, but it has a negative impact as well. So the ethics here that we have discussed in our today's session is that ethics should always be there, that using digital media in a right manner is always very important when talking to this under our general day-to-day life. That we have discussed on the common ethical dilemmas as well. Then we have discussed on the things, but the main impact on the digital and the ethical behavior that I have discussed in my session is the how the people can engage with my content, the behavior, the what I am spreading, what news I am spreading is getting engaged. What is getting engaged is getting revenue. So it is when I am getting trust, then I am getting engaged. I am purchasing that. When I am purchasing that, I am making a mouth to mouth publicity, and I am telling to 10 of my friends, and this will itself get a revenue. So the loyalty and trust is there on this digital media. I know the positive is there, but the negative is there. The positive has a good impact in the creating good much amount of revenues, good much amount of trust and the brand visibility, which is very important in our revenues and business. That's why very good amount of all the brands, I would say, now has come online. Online on their people are not getting revenue on their offline. The more than that they are getting, while sitting at our home we can get groceries at our place, we can get food at our place, right? We can get anything at our place, bookings, and by sitting right at this point of time at our home, we can book our hotel in London or US or wherever in uh, anywhere around the world. So these are the good things that has happened because of the digital media, but the negative is also there. So using it in a right manner and an ethical way is very important, which plays a very crucial role. Talking to this point, and here the user generated content and the revenue comes out when the things are on a right way. When I talk about the Google ads or the Facebook ads, so these are the influencing ads that catches attention when I am sitting online. when I see that some discount is popping up on my screen, that is a 50% discount or sale is coming on whatever discounts is coming. So it takes 1 second attention of my mind on that ad as well. Not always, but it strikes in my mind. When a second time also I'm sitting, then also I'm again seeing that ad. The third time it makes a dilemma in my mind that let's check this site. It is giving discount. Let's follow this or this account or check this site. So this possible adds gives a revenue as well, but ordering it to the right site is very important. When I am doing a purchase or a sale of anything, the site which we are ordering has is right or not. That's an important question that we should question once. The sale is coming, we attract right, can we order it through that site? We these things comes when we are ordering, but these sort of smell gives an attention as well. So these are the things that we need to follow, that using right audience, right amount of client, and the right places with which we can order. It is important when we are ordering, the site is right or not, if it has an authenticity or not, this is asking for a password or not. Everything should be maintained. And when someone is asking for your access, when some of the site is asking for your information, your personal data, not never ever follow that personal information of yours. This is really very very important while using that digital data. So these are the things that we need to follow on our ethical, using the digital media on an ethical manner. Here's from my side. Thank you so much, Parul. Thank you so much, everyone. You can let me know if there's any questions. I am open for that. Thank you so much.
Amazing, Varsha ma'am. It's really very informative and very requirement of daily for all the members who are presenting here right now, that what is the ethical and what the digital media is. So you really understood very well. And I hope if there is any query regarding for the same, please, this is the open house for question and answers. So request all the members, so please raise your hand or please unmute yourself and ask the question from the speaker. Yeah. One more appreciation to Gumadi ma'am. She always being a very regular and a very prospectus in all of us. So ma'am, would you like to ask any question regarding this session?
Yeah, very good. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Greetings from Andhra University, Andhra Pradesh. So nice, and it was a very knowledgeable session and very informative too. My question is about, do we have any basic guidelines about cyber security that everyone need to follow?
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for listening patiently. So for cyber security, I would recommend the passwords that we are getting should be strong enough. The two-factor authentication should be there whenever we are doing any passwords. The two-factor authentication should be there. Whenever someone we are logging in through phone, we are logging in, and then we are using it laptop as well, and then we are using another phone as well. So we should not do this sort of things by logging on a same account to different it will gonna help on the security of your account. So there should always be, whenever you are logging in, try to utilize less amount of or less number of uh, these I would say Chrome or Safari or whatever we are using, the less amount of web servers you should use, I would recommend. And the password, you should not say share it to the general one, and it should always be a two-factor authentication instead of people to make a Varsha at 1234. No, these sort of passwords are very wrong. You should always maintain a sign and numbers of the a combination of password should be there. That's the thing that I would recommend.
Thank you so much, and my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Raju Agrawal sir for giving me this platform, and SS Subodh Jain Institution for organizing such wonderful faculty development programs.
Thank you so much, ma'am. On behalf of Institute, we really wholeheartedly welcome again, and thank you so much for your the feedback.
Thank you so much.
All right. So last 30 seconds, if any participant would like to go for a question, please ask. Or any feedback regarding this session or the last sessions we already have done. All right. So quickly, as the practices we done last speaker, if you would really like this session, please open your video or on your video so that we can get it the good smiling with you all. So our speaker also know that she delivered a very well session today. So request all the participants to please for 30 seconds or 15 seconds, please put your video mode on. Thank you. Wow, what a quickly look at Varsha ma'am. Our participant is really very smart and very quick to just open their videos. Great, great, great. And we already sent it the feedback on the chat box. So please find the feedback of day 4 along with, if anyone not subscribe our YouTube channel. So Subodh Management Institute, please like and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much. And tomorrow is the last day of our faculty development program session. So be there at sharp 2 p.m. Again, wholeheartedly thank you, Varsha ma'am, to give your precious information and time to us. And looking forward for more future.
Thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you. Thank you.